Hi everyone, my name is Muazu Babangida. I will be discussing on site origin page builder as some other speakers have discussed on other page builders, which is I think DV, Elementor, and some other ones. Our main focus today is on site origin page builder. Site origin page builder has been in existence since 2011. The company is situated in South Africa. They have great products. They specialize in building themes and templates. Site origin presently has more than 2 million installations plus. Let me see. I want to start by listing some features of site origin. I think this is the most reason why you should use site origin page builder. The first one is they have a page builder, which that's what we will be discussing today. Page builder, as it's being used to build custom websites with drag and drop. It is free, so you will never have to worry about buying anything. I think if you look at this, most page builders are not free. DV, Timify, and some other ones, most attempts they are not free. So if you look at site origin, it's free. And so the second one is widgets. It has more widgets, and it has widgets. They have a huge collection of widgets for page builder or any other widgets area. They are even adding support to other page builder plugins, so it's very important to understand this. Then site origin custom CSS, it changes the look and feel of WordPress theme using unique visual interface using site origin CSS. It helps in your site to stand out in crowd. Then some other features are, it equally has there is some site origin premium version, which as we all know, we are out to make money, so there's no page builder that has no additional let me see. So all page builders have premium versions actually, but if you look at site origin, its own page builder is free, but the premium version is due to if you need additional functionalities like access to all add-ons, fast email support, ongoing updates. So instantly if there are updates or ongoing updates, you get to see them, and instantly there's full support in any issue that comes up. So I think for developers, you can hop onto their GitHub page to actually make your contribution there. So thank you. So let's explore site origin. That's the website, before diving into our WordPress backend and doing and implementing some features. So for the website, you could search site origin. So you can search Google, then you get to see siteorigin.com, which is the link. So you have a menu bar for plugins, themes, support, and some other stuff. So this is actually the website which will help you to get started to site origin page building. So we could actually take a dive in checking the themes. So if you move your mouse around these themes, you get to see WordPress themes. So advisably, you can actually select a theme from this particular angle, or you go into or you do it the other way by downloading the theme using your WordPress backend. So but preferably, it's easy to download a theme at this end, that is from their website. So you could click this particular theme and actually get to download the theme. Then later on you get to install it. Then the main important features are actually theme. So you need to download a particular theme. So you can actually download this. Then the second thing is if you move your mouse or you hover on the plugin menu, you will get to see something. You get to see another tab, page builder and widget bundle, page builder, widget bundle, and site origin CSS. So the most important ones are page builder and widget bundle. The page builder is actually your template builder, which you could actually download. So you could easily download, or you click watch video for documentation. So I'm going to actually download the page builder. So the next step is to actually download the widget bundle. So you click on download now or documentation. So if you look at this, I've downloaded two separate plugins, which are page builder and widget bundle. So I will actually add up by downloading this CSS for those who have interest in customly adding their own CSS style. So I have like 3 plugins downloaded. There's site origin widget bundle, site origin panels, and site origin CSS. So then the next thing is to download a particular theme. So you select the menu themes, then click on this WordPress themes, select any of the templates here, then click download. So we've downloaded a theme and some other plugins. So the next thing is by exploring your WordPress dashboard, which I think I won't go core in setting it up, but this is how the WordPress dashboard is. So you have some major tabs like dashboard, post, media, pages, comments, appearance, plugins, users, tools, and settings. So to me, I feel one of the most important thing I normally do if I have installed a WordPress site is I check the settings. In settings, so actually I check to make sure that these informations are actually correct. Then the time zone, I think the African time zone is +1, so you need to change this. The default that it comes with is 0, so you need to change this to +1. Then you save. Then the next thing is you could actually check the reading tab. So in case if you've actually created pages, so look at that, how to create pages. So if you've created a page, you need something you call a home page. So instead of keeping this to your latest post, you can change it to static page. Then you select a particular page, which is mine is simple page. You could actually create yours as home page. We'll look at this later on. Then you click save. The next thing is permalinks, which is very important. So permalinks, it's like a link that your website or any post comes with. So my favorite category is this post name, because I think you wouldn't like your post to come with either name extension, or sorry, let me say number extension, or any other extension or ID. So you can select post name, then save. So based on what I've said, earlier on is by selecting permalinks. So permalinks, you have some certain categories in permalinks. So we have plain text, day and name. So these permalinks are based on the link which you want it to appear on your post page. So mine or my favorite permalink is post name, which it takes it shows only the name of a particular post. So you can select any permalink of your choice, but mine is post name. Then you click save. So the next thing is by actually installing some of the plugins we've downloaded, which you select add new. Then after selecting add new, you could click upload plugin. Then the next thing is by selecting any of the plugins. I will start by selecting this site origin CSS. Then you click on activate. Then select another plugin, site origin panel. Click on activate. So instantly it actually brings you down to a particular page. So but I need to install the other plugin before coming down to this page. So I will still click on plugins, add new, then upload the last one, which is the widget bundle. So after installing the 3 plugins, you in your menu bar there's settings tab. So you hover your mouse on settings tab, then move down to page builder. So in page builder you get to actually set up or change some settings in your site origin page builder. So but preferably they've been already set up, so there's no need to actually change anything, except otherwise if you want to customly add some stuff to your site origin page builder. So then this is for the first plugin we actually installed, which is the site origin page builder. This settings is for site origin page builder. The other plugin we installed is site origin custom CSS, which you select this custom CSS tab. So this is how the platform looks like for custom CSS. Then the last one is the widget, site origin widget. So the last one is site origin widget bundle, which you move your mouse on the plugin tab, then you get to see a menu, site origin widget, so you can actually select. So these are some of the site origin widgets we have. So almost there are some widgets that have been actually activated. So ideally, if those widgets that have been activated, if they are not meant to be used, you could actually deactivate by clicking this particular tab, deactivate. So deactivate. The reason why it's ideal to deactivate is it lessens the loading effect for the website, because you are trying to so like I said, the most important thing in here is by deactivating some of the widgets that are not important. So to activate a particular widget, you could actually select activate. To deactivate, you select the same tab here, deactivate. To check all your activated or those widgets that you've activated, you select this particular tab, enabled, so you get to see all the widgets that you've activated. Then the disabled ones, you could select disabled, then it actually shows all the widgets that have not been activated yet. So, and once more, I said why it's very ideal for you to activate or deactivate a widget is for efficiency. Once something is not in use, it means it could add up to the loading effect of the website. So it's ideal to deactivate a particular widget or activate if where necessary. So the next thing is by actually installing our theme, our downloaded theme. So under in appearance, you select themes. So I think after you've selected themes, you select add new, then click on upload. So I can actually drag and drop my installed theme, then click install. So after you've installed your theme, actually you could actually click on. So after you've installed your theme, so you get to see some other themes. Ideally, the themes that you are not using or the themes that are not in use, you could actually delete them. So delete them and leave specifically just a single theme in case of fallback. In case if one of your themes have issue, there should be a fallback of a default theme. So precisely, I will leave the 2020 theme and deactivate all the other themes. So I will select and delete. Select this. So I will activate this site origin cop theme and delete this. So after I've activated my theme, then the next thing is to create a page. So if you hover your mouse around this pages tab, then you click pages or admin. So these are some of my pages. So I will select edit this, or you click admin. So but before this, it gives you an option of selecting. Let's assume you have other page builders. So you could select this particular tab and click site origin page builder. So it means you are creating another page entirely using the plugin you've added, site origin page builder. So this is the first instance you get to see after selecting the particular tab you selected, site origin page builder. So the first thing you get to add is the page title, which is let's assume we are creating a page about us. So after you've created this particular page, after you've created this page about us, then you select publish. So after I've selected publish, the latest update that WordPress did is they added this block editor that gives you this platform. So but you shouldn't worry about this because you already have a tab here, add site origin layout. So you can select this add site origin layout. So there are two formats, or there are two ways of actually building with site origin. So the first thing is trying to understand these tabs. The first tab is add widget. So if you look at the add widget, the widget that we installed before, this is what you get to see after you've selected it. So you get to see some widget. So, and you know, widget are like let me see, additional softwares adding So after so the first tab, we'll start by discussing or knowing some of the tabs here. So the first tab you get to see is add widget. So if you select this tab, add widget, you get to see some reasonable widget, those you've activated before, and if there is a need to activate other ones, you could actually check the settings we used before under plugin tab to actually add some widget. So you have some widgets like gallery, image, layout builder, and some other galleries. So like I said, the site origin, it's actually the page builder is actually free. So that is one of the most important aspect of site origin. So let me click on this cancel to talk about another tab. So the next one is add row. So if you select this add row, you get to see two rows. So these two rows, you could actually add rows for as much as 12 rows. So you could add, I think the standard row of HTML is 12. So anything above 12, it falls back. So it creates like a breakage. So the standard rule is 12. So you could add 4. So if you look at it, it divides the rows in 4 main sections, 25 pixels. Based on calculation, there's 100% in all. So you could add 2 again. So if you look at this, it's dividing it in 50-50. So let's assume that we need a division of let's say 40-60. So it means all in all, if you add all, it's going to give you 100. So here you could add 40 and select outside the row. Automatically it's update itself. So it means this particular row is 40 while this one is 60. So I won't actually dive into some of these features later on. If we are discussing on how to set up a page, actually you get to see how we could use these features like attribute, layout, mobile layout, and design. So then you click, you can select insert. The next thing is layout. So in this layout, it gives you an opportunity of actually selecting a particular layout without even building the layout. So it's just like a template, the way we added that theme that we saw before. If you've installed the site origin page builder plugin, most of the times people don't like downloading the theme since it gives you an opportunity of importing a particular theme. So if you select any of the themes here, you could actually click on what insert. So this insert, automatically it will update the page showing you this particular theme. You could again import a layout. So you could import or export a particular layout. So for now, we are just trying to have an overview. Later on we will look at this. Then the next stop is history. Your history tab is based on if actually you've designed pages. So your history tab talks on changes that you've done before and or after. So it's easy if there are if there are mistakes, or if there is a mistake, it's easy to revert to previous version of a particular template. So I could check like this, I can restore to this particular version, or if I have done some other stuff, I can actually restore to those versions, or your original. This is the original state of the website, so you could click on restore. Then the next one is live editor. This live editor gives you an instance of editing in the live mode. As you are editing, you are seeing the effect of what you are actually editing on. So it gives you that instance of editing. So I can click close. And another stuff is you could click this view. It gives you an instance of checking on mobile while editing in the live mode. So I can click close to get back to this particular mode. So the next tab is the add-on tab. So if you look at what I said before, we talked about premium version. So the add-on tab it's a premium version kind of stuff. The page builder is free, but add-on it's like an additional application that you need to add to your website. Maybe a functionality like you have call to action. Actually there's call to action, but if you need a specific call to action or a well styled call to action for those that are not versed in using CSS, you could actually buy the premium version to use these add-ons. So the only limitation is by using add-ons. So for now, since we are using a free version, there's no need to actually use an add-on. And if you look at some of these add-ons, we already have them in use in the widget bundle. So before I start building anything, I need to actually change some settings to get a free or a plain site. So if you select this customize, then select, these are some WordPress settings that are very important, like while setting up a WordPress site. So the first one that we'll discuss is this theme settings. So you could select theme settings, header, and actually make some necessary changes here. If you could actually make some necessary changes. So but the most important thing that I will be discussing is this page template settings. So this page template settings, if you select it, then the first one is blog page. This shows you how you want your blog page to actually be. So it's in the default format now. So in the default format you have it as you will have it. So let's get started by setting up a WordPress site. So if you look at this, we've actually created a page. So to set up a WordPress site, the first thing you need to do is to select this. You could actually visit the site, or under appearance you could click on customize. So but preferably I will actually visit this particular tab, because if you are setting it up, there is an instance of seeing what you are setting up in a live view mode. So the next thing is to select this customize. So this customize tab gives you an instance of changing some functionalities of your WordPress, or sorry, the view of your WordPress site. So the first one is by selecting what theme settings. So you click theme settings, then the first tab you get to see is the header. So in the header settings, so the first thing to set up is your retina logo, which you will actually select this select tab, then click on media in case if you have some images in the media tab. So for me, I will upload a logo and click this. So after inserting a logo, the next step is the tagline. So if you look at the tagline, as soon as I selected the tagline, it appears below. So but most of the times if your logo is being designed with a tagline, there's no need to actually activate the tagline. So I will deactivate my own tagline. So the next step is your header layout. So you could select the layout. You could select the layout. You could select a preferred layout. Is it centered or boxed or default? So I prefer default. It gives me a full-fledged menu layout. Then another stuff is, if you look at it, when I scroll down below, the menu is not fixed. So you could actually click on this sticky header. It gives you the ability of fixing the menu as you scroll down the bar. So another settings is sticky header. Then it scales down the menu. If you look at it, when you are scrolling down, your logo is still your logo is still in the same size. So at times, if a menu is sticked like this, there is a need, while scrolling, there is a need for the logo to actually reduce in sizing So I can select this, then check. So as soon as I scroll, the size of the logo reduces. So then another tab is your background color. So you could actually change this menu background color to a preferred background color. So I will still leave my background color as white. Then you have your border color. So you could select this border color. Is like a separation, so it gives like a separation to your main page. If this page is white, sometimes while you are designing, you find it very difficult to align or space your work. So this border gives you that instance of knowing, okay, my menu ends here, so there is a need to add spacing or other stuff. So you have your padding. You could actually increase your padding and your margin of your menu. So all what we've discussed here is, it's all about what our menu. We are trying to position and align our menu. So after this, I can click publish, then click this back button. Then the next step is navigation. So if you look at navigation, this is what we call a navigation bar. That is your menu, your ability to click on a particular page or particular menu, then it takes you to a place. So in this navigation, all of this, it's being called the navigation bar because it has an ability of taking you to a particular page or to a particular location in your site. So the first one is, it says header menu, display header menu. So if you deselect, automatically your header menu goes away. So there might be instances maybe for this to be required, but for now we need this. We need our header menu. Then the next thing is a mobile menu. So this mobile menu must be enabled, because if you disable it, it means on mobile it will be disabled. You won't have access to your menu on mobile, so it needs to be enabled. So these are other settings that you get to change actually on mobile. So all of these settings, most of these settings, it happens on mobile, like this mobile menu collapse. So when your mobile menu is collapsing, it collapses on 760 any menu below 760 pixel, so it collapses. So menu link hover on the line. So if you look at this, as soon as you move your mouse, an underline links comes an active link. So there is actually a settings, we normally call it it could be either an active link or just describing that, okay, you've moved something across your menu. So most of the times this is required because it gives you that instance of knowing, okay, I've moved my mouse to this particular menu, not this. So it's very important. So you could leave this active. If you deactivate, it means if you move your mouse, there would be that style of an underline. So I will select it back. Then the next one is your search bar. If I deselect this particular icon goes away. So I can deselect, select back again, it comes up. So the way your design is, your design actually defines how your menu looks like, or how your website functionality looks like. So for some designers, if it's something that requires it's showing this search menu icon, actually you get to see it in the design. If it's not required, you could actually deselect. Then the next one is display next previous navigation on single page, post page. Then you have your link. So this is based on the color, the styling of the menu. You have the header menu link, so you could change the color by selecting, then you change the color. Then the next one is link hover menu. Again, you could select this particular. As soon as I hover, the color that pops out, it's what is a red bordered so the color that shows up is you will actually see that an underline with a red colored line. So you could actually change it based on your design. So you could see the color has changed. So all of this, you could actually go through it and change the color based on your own design, or based on your designer's concept while designing your website. So I'll click publish and click. So you have your typography. So your typography is based on how you want your font to actually appear. So one of the most important things is with DV is there is segregation based on maybe if you need your site title to have a font style of, let's assume, Poppins. So as soon as you click, you select, it changes. So it means any site title will change, the font automatically changes to Poppins. So you have your variation that is based on your font size. If your font size should be 30 pixel, you can select. If it's 100, so you select based on how you want your font size to actually appear. So I will leave it in default. So you have equally some other settings. Then the next one is your heading font. So it means all the headers all the headings in your website could have the same font style. So you can select again Poppins. So instantly all the font in the website changes. All the heading font in the website changes to Poppins. So the next one is your body font. Again, you could select the same body font style, then instantly it changes. So you have your site title, equally site tagline. You could change all of these settings to fit into your own need. Then you click publish. So it's very keen, or it's very important for you to publish each settings after you've actually make that settings, because there could be failure and you could actually miss so it's very important to actually publish the changes you've made. Then the next tab is your blog tab. So in this blog tab, this is how you want your blog to actually appear. So I won't go deep in this except sorry, I won't go deep in this. So while we are fixing a blog page, you will get to see how we will align these particular settings. So because there is a need for you to see while we implement. So this blog is in grid. Then you have post exact and some other settings. So but while setting up our blog page, we get to see all of these implementations. So I'll click select back. Then we have pages. So these pages, we have something we call featured image. Featured image is just like a representation of your website by showing an image description of the site. So I disabled it because I don't need I don't actually need any descriptive image on my site to show. So it's been disabled since I'm doing a custom design. So we have it, the sidebar. So the sidebar, most of the time, or some other templates, they have more than 2 sets positions. This one has the right and the left sidebar. Some other ones, they have both right, left, and I think yeah, sorry. So in the sidebar, in this you have right and left sidebar. So if you select the right sidebar, your sidebar is already in the left, which is this are your widget right sidebar content. So you could select left. So this settings is based on post. So it means in your post page, your sidebar could be either positioned in left or right. So but the most used and positioned sidebar is the right sidebar, because your clients or your users should concentrate more on your content than the sidebar itself. So you could increase the width of the sidebar by maybe 50 30% so you could increase. So I'll select publish if everything is okay. So you have your footer. So normally footer is normally below your site. So footers are being showed. So then you have your footer. So if you look at this particular footer, the first thing is your footer text, which is this particular text. So if you look at it, it has a year and a site name, which it can actually be changed to any other content. So this year is fetching it directly with the current year. So this is the current year and is fetching your current site type. So you could actually change this to any stuff, maybe website. So it changes to so it's sorry, this year it talks about the current year that we are in. So you need to, these settings are default, so there's no need of changing these settings. So and you equally have some settings here like your widget title color. So you could change, these are titles, so you could change them. You select this, change it to red or any other color. So for now it will be left with white color. You have your widget text color, which are these particular colors. You could actually select to change the colors and some other changes and some other colors, sorry. So you click publish to save. So after you've done all these settings, you need to click this back button again to move to some other settings. So you could select page template. So page template is a template based on how you want your page actually to look like. So the first thing is you have your page layout. So your page layout is in default, and preferably I don't need a sidebar in my page layout. So I could select no sidebar to have to remove the sidebars in my page. Note, not in a blog page now, but in a page. So you could have full width, no sidebar. So it means my page will be full width with having no sidebar. So you have an overlap which is disabled. You have header button margin which is needed. You have display page title. So if you remove this display page title, so it means in any page there won't be a page title on that page, since we are trying to have an empty page template. So you have your footer margin and your footer widget, which both are needed. So you could select publish, then click back. So this is the page for your 404. This page is in case of fallback. Someone searches for something in your website and the page is not found. So you have, so I will set it back to full width, no sidebar. Then I will equally disable this page title and click on this publish and set it back. So you have your site identity, which this is what we name our site to be. So you could change this maybe to something preferable, something that talks about your website, education, tech, and some other stuff. So this site tagline again is very important. You need to change your site tagline to what befits your tag name. Let's assume mine is providing support. So it could be providing support or any relevant tagline. So the next thing is you're having your site logo. So we need to change this to a site logo. So you could select this, click this particular image, and you select. So it's asking me to resize. So you could actually resize your logo based on how you want it to appear on your site. Sometimes there is a need to do an external resize, because these logos might be bigger than what is expected. So I'll click crop. So if you look at it, this logo is way bigger than what is expected. So you need to actually resize. So I will advise you actually resize externally, or you select this edit image. You could select this edit image to resize. So actually I will just do a manual resize by selecting just a name. Then I'll click this crop. So it's going to be just a name. So but you can do an external resize by resizing your image in any of the image by resizing your logo in any of the editing softwares, maybe Photoshop and some other relevant applications. So you have your site icon. This site icon is very important. So you could change this site icon to something to your normal site logo. So I will select this, click on this select, and click crop. So automatically my site icon actually changed. So you click publish, select back. So you have color. Color is based on your background color. So let's assume the default color is I think a bit hashy. Sorry, the default color is like a hash color. So for me, I prefer a white background color. So I selected white background color. Then you click publish, select back. Then you have background image in case if you need a background image. So you have your menu, which later on we'll look at the menu. You have widgets, you have sidebar, which these are called sidebar. So you have your search, which is this, your recent post, which is this, your recent comment, which is this. You could actually add by clicking on add widget, select, let's assume you're adding calendar, so automatically you have your calendar here. Then you click publish, select back. Your footer is the same thing with your sidebar, so you will actually change it to a favorite footer. Maybe you could add some other stuff in your footer, then you click publish. So you have the home page settings, which I've already selected a sample page as my landing page. So in case if I've created a post page, I can equally select that post page. Then you have additional CSS in case if you have an additional CSS to actually work with. So I'll click. So I want to start by working with site origin template. So the first thing is we've already created a page called a sample page. So after we've created this page, you could actually still edit your page through the back end by clicking these pages. Then you select edit, or you click on this particular tab, edit page. So the first thing is you select this edit page. So like I said, if after selecting or editing a page, you come across something like this, there's no need to actually panic. It means it's actually it means this is the default block page builder for WordPress. So you could actually select this particular plus sign, then search site origin, then you select this. So since this is a new page, that is why it's showing something like this. So I'll get to remove. I'll remove this. So after you've removed, but actually there's a more convenient way to do this by to do this actually. So but maybe later on we'll discuss on that. So this is the same platform that we've talked about earlier on. So the first thing is if you look at your page, if you look at the about page, actually it has if you look at the sample page, it has it has a right sidebar, which we need actually an empty template. So in the settings, in the document tab, you could actually scroll down to page layout and select no sidebar or full width no sidebar. So I will select full width no sidebar, and I will actually disable this page title and update. So after I've done this, the next thing is to add row. You know, row has to do with section based on how you want your website to be. So I will start by selecting I need a single row, then select insert. You could actually click on the live editor mode to see what you are actually working on. Then you select this row. As soon as you select it, so if you look at it, the color changes to dark blue. So you could select these settings which has a feature of add widget, or you right click to search for a particular widget. So I will actually select these settings and look for what we call hero image and select hero image. So to have to actually edit a particular widget, if you move your mouse across that widget, there is an edit button, duplicate and delete. So you select edit. So after you've selected the edit button, then you click add a frame. So we are working with a widget. Actually, we are adding content to a widget. After you've selected add a frame, then we type in something like welcome to so to be this platform actually has similarity with your MS Word platform. So you could click on this to align it to the center. Then you could select this to if it's a heading, like maybe you are describing the text, so it could be heading 1, heading 2, or heading 3. Then you could actually add some content below any meaningful text. So you have two platforms of editing. The first one is visual, while the other one is text. So this text gives you access to actually adding CSS code to the page or content that you are building. So to those familiar with CSS, you could actually add CSS or drop some stuff in here. So then you select visual pack, highlight and move it to the center. So the next thing is it has many functionalities, but for now we'll look at how to add a background image. So I'll click this background image. So actually I want to upload this and select set media. So I'll click done to see if what I'm working on is taking effect. So if you look at it, the image we assigned to this background is actually working. So the image is active with the text. So you could click this particular button to have access to the widget, or you select the widget itself, automatically it opens up. So there are some other settings in the widget which advisably I think I'll advise that you check the documentation to have insight on widget and how you could edit widget. So you have opacity, which gives you an instance of reducing or reducing the sharpness or brightness of an image to fit into your own design. So I could reduce the opacity to 34. Then let's assume that the color I'm working with is yellow, so I could add a yellow opacity background. So if you scroll down, this side origin hero image, it's just like a slider that slides images. So I could add the height to maybe 400 pixels. So this is very important because this is what gives you an average height of your website. So we have a yellow opacity so we have our opacity. We set our opacity to fit into a particular color. So I'll change it since we are working with a bit of red. So I'll change it to red. So and the text, we need to add spacing in the text. So what we need to do now to add spacing in text is there are there are two ways, but for now we'll concentrate on the first method, which is using these features here. So you have a layout tab, which you select layout. So there is a margin and a padding. So for us to increase the padding of within a for us to increase space within a container, we need to add padding, while increasing space outside the container is by using a margin. So we set up a padding of 100 pixel. So automatically it sets the padding to 100 pixel. So we don't need padding across all aspects. So we equally we need a padding of top padding of 100 pixel and bottom padding of 100 pixel to align our text to fit into actually to add a padding within the hero image. Actually this is where you could add a padding top and bottom 50-50 pixel. For now it's 50, so we could add a padding top and bottom of 130 pixel. So you could actually add a padding top, only padding top, not bottom. So if this padding is 50 pixel, you could actually increase the padding top again to 100 pixel. Then you select done. So instantly our content is well aligned. So but I feel there might be an issue with this, since we are having a spacing in outside our container. So we need this particular image to fit in or to align to this particular line. So how we could get this done is by clicking this particular edit by clicking on this icon here, then we click edit row. So after we've selected edit row, then we select layout. So there is a margin, there is a bottom margin, gutter, and some other settings. So our main concern now is to remove the spacing above. So I think it's going to require a little bit of so to remove this spacing, actually I'm going to use another row actually then to move this particular row up. So the first thing is I'll select add widget. The first thing is you select add row, then you could actually leave it as true, then you click insert. So after you've clicked insert, you need to move your mouse across this icon to make sure that there are four to make sure that you've actually noticed these 4 positions showing. Then you move it across. So after you've moved, actually a space will be created because you've added another row. So what you need to do is you select edit row, then in your layout you select, since there is it's a spacing, so you need to remove the spacing by selecting layout, then in your margin button you could select, or you could type in -100. So -100 will shift this particular row up, which by removing the margin or padding below. So if you look at this, it's now aligned to what we actually need. So you could select this to see what you've done. So actually the hero image, to have or to make it be or look like a slider, you could duplicate this, create another frame. So in this frame you can actually add another image. So you can actually change the background image of the other slider. Then you select set as, then you click done. So automatically you can see the navigation icon showing. So I will click update, then I'll update it via. So I need to preview my preview. Sorry, it's already I've already updated the site. So now I need to actually check the link to see. So I can select preview in MeetUp. So if you look at this, we have a slider, so you can actually increase the sizing. So I'll select you could change it to live editor, select this, and so now in the frame you could actually add the padding in the frame by still checking back your padding top. It's 50, you could add 100. So you need to add 100 across the two frames. So you will add 100 across both frames, so automatically it changes. So if you could actually add padding again, or you increase the spacing. There's layout padding 300, or you change the image sizing. So I'll change the image sizing by changing this to 500 pixel. So I'll change it to 500 pixel. So both images. So automatically if you change one, it affects the other frame. So except if otherwise. So the height is 500 pixel, you select them. So automatically our image increases. There's the height of the image. So you could add another row based on your design. You select we need 3 rows, so you could add 3 here and click insert. So in this insert, then the next thing what we discussed is you need to add a widget by selecting add widget. So we could search text, since our intention is to add text. Click text. So after you've added the text, click on this edit button. So then we could copy the default text. So if you look at it, we've added a default text, but now since we've set our tab to full width, so it means we need to align. So what I will do is to add 2 rows again, so it changes to 5. So I'll change the row to 5, then I will decrease this to the spacing 5, 5, 5, 5. So it means there's a spacing in both angles, 5 pixel, then you have 30, 30, 30. So if you look at it, we still have so I still need to move this particular row. So I've added 5 rows, and after adding the 5 rows, I actually reduced the last 2 rows to 5%, then the other 3 rows to 30%. So the next thing is to add a text box, then select edit, then you could add a default text box. So actually this text box, there are 2 text boxes, which we have the editor and the plain text box. So I prefer using the editor since it actually has features. So I will paste my content, duplicate, copy it, duplicate, copy. So these are the 3 contents that I have actually added. So you could actually add a background color or background image. So if you select any one of them, then under the design tab, you get to see some other features like background color, background image, and some other stuff. So I will add the background color of maybe, let's assume, red. Then in layout now, you have the ability to change the padding and margin. So you could add a padding of 20 pixel, then you click done. So you need to change the font color of the text. So there is a tab here, font color. You select, then you select white color. So automatically it changes. So you could add the padding and margin to fit into this same to fit into the other boxes. So let me delete this by right clicking, delete, and just duplicate. Click update. So I need to refresh my previewed page, and so I hope with this few description we should be able to build something with site origin page builder. In case of comments and complaints, actually you could drop your comment or complaint in the group, and I will be glad to answer your complaints. Thank you.
I thought it would
so we'll actually discuss on how to import a template, or how to use a default template. Now we've built a custom template using Divi. So how we can import a template is, first thing is by creating a page. So I've created a page about us, or is by creating a page. So I'll create a new page, Divi template. I'll name it site origin template. So after I've named it site origin template, then the next thing is you select layout. So this layout gives you efficiency of adding layout, or you can actually download a layout in site origin website and import. So let me select this particular layout and click insert. So you will insert to replace the current content, or after, whatsoever or howsoever you want to import it in. If you've designed a page and you need to import this particular layout, you can insert it before what you've designed or after what you've designed. So now I'm replacing whatsoever I've actually built. So I'm So it's been inserted as soon as I clicked on insert. So it has built, or this is a pre-built template. So I'll still go on and select this. Then I don't need a sidebar, so I will select full width no sidebar and click publish. So after I've published, there is a need for me to check how it looks like. So this is a pre-built template. So you can go in and actually edit the template. You can go in and edit the template through this end by selecting. You click edit. That's for the first slide. Then you have a frame. You could actually edit this simple quality, simplicity. So if you look at the content here, quality, simplicity, so it's actually the same thing. So you could edit this. So so this is just an instance of importing a template actually. So if you import a template, then you get to use it like this. I think why DV is actually very important, because if you look at of themes, if you look at themes like Themify, DV, and some other templates, so site origin actually, it has this ability of creating widgets. So those things, they might have limitation while you are using them. Imagine if you are using a plugin that a dashboard plugin that you a dashboard plugin, sorry, that has no shortcode. So for you to actually get that dashboard plugin to your front end, sometimes it might be a bit complex. So site origin has that functionality of ability of creating a widget. So any plugin you install and you click this widget, instantly you could search for that widget like view. So after you've searched, you will just select the widget and you get to set up some mini stuff for it to start working. But some other templates, sometimes you find it difficult in setting widget. So for you to get a particular functionality to the front end, it takes time and it requires technicality. So that is why site origin is outstanding in doing that, and it's very outstanding actually. So but I know that we are all learning and we'll get to perfect what we've learned with time. So again, and once more, if you have any issue, you could drop a comment in the group, then we get to discuss. Thank you.